Welcome to the Talking Wallflower. This is our second Chatterview episode in the series. Tonight we're going to be having a slight switch out from our original plan. We will not be interviewing the ex-Mormon. Instead, we will be interviewing a deconverted Jew. Warned, he does have a mildly non-politically correct sense of humor, and this is a not safe for work broadcast. So if you have small ears that you don't want harmed with the standard fuck, shit, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, titties, whatever, I recommend that you remove yourself or them from the listening area. JR will be with us shortly. He just went to change his profile photo because he had a very embarrassing photo for his Google Plus, so he's changed that out. We invite him again. Gmail.com. I'm sorry for the unexpected change, but we will be talking with DJ Stefano Paz hopefully later this week. So I'm inviting JR now, and he should be coming in pretty soon. For those of you who don't know what this is the Chatterview series. We have very informal chat/interview with YouTubers, podcasters, or just normal everyday people who managed to escape the bindings of religion. So if you're coming in looking for a debate or some sort of discussion like that, then this is not the broadcast for you. But if you want to see what other normal everyday people think, then welcome to the show. Gonna give him a couple more minutes here. Always with delays. Where are you? Andy sends me a message on Facebook that says, hey. Apparently he's not getting the invites. Let me try again. Always technical difficulties, huh? If you would like to join tonight, either while we're waiting for an error occurred. Either while we're waiting for JR or afterwards during the question and answers thingy, then the link is in the description box down below here. Let me double check that it made it there. Yes, that http://google.com. That is the invite link. So if you would like to come in and talk to us after the interview, then click that and let us know first in either the chat or the comment section so that we know to be expecting you. And here we have him, the Jew boy extraordinaire, Mr. JR. Hey, JR, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Mind telling the nobody that's watching who you are?
I'm a friend of Mike's on JR. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I'll expand on that because, yeah, he's kind of awkward sometimes. JR and I have been friends for, what, almost 10 years now?
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah. And he's actually one of the first people I knew of who was not currently religious when I met him. It was actually pretty neat meeting somebody that came up and he was like, "Hey, I'm JR. I'm not a Jew. I'm just kind of Jewish." So,
pretty much.
Yeah. So what was it like growing up Jew-like, Jewish, I should say?
It was really no different than pretty any normal house. Since we didn't really practice, we didn't go to temple on Friday and Saturday. We never really kept a kosher household, so it always felt weird when I would go somewhere and it would be a kosher household, or we never went to a temple. It was just fun, I guess, for lack of a better phrase.
So your family was like the 2/3 or almost 3/4 of American quote-unquote Christian households, where it's all in the name.
Yeah, pretty much. The only time my great-grandparents thought that they were kosher, but Chinese restaurants don't really count.
Yeah, I've heard Jews have a fondness for Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
Do they know that the special fried rice has pork in it?
No, but I was actually talking to my grandmother about that the other day. It's like ignorance is bliss kind of thing. If you go in there, you order chicken, and you don't think about it being cooked with shellfish and pork, kind of makes it seem different, I guess. But that's the only place that would be open on Saturdays after temple. So Jews in New York would go to Chinese restaurants.
So you did go to temple, I guess
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Occasionally. I was bar mitzvahed.
Is that the part where they chop off a piece of your dick?
That too. I was that too. That's circumcised.
No, the word. No, that's a brie. No, brie's
That's
a
bris.
Bris.
Yeah.
For some reason, I always want to say brie.
That's a French cheese.
Yeah, I know. It would be kind of weird if you had like penis brie, huh? That'd be like big cheese. So, being Jew-like, did you guys do any of that holiday crap, or was it just kind of like, here's a bunch of presents, shut your phony asses up?
Well, my mother was raised, I guess Catholic, maybe a cafeteria Catholic, but so she celebrated Christmas. And we've always celebrated Hanukkah. And then we celebrated Christmas too, my brother and I. And my brother and I were both bar mitzvahed, both had a bris, and it's like the most Jewish rituals we've ever done.
The bar mitzvah is the chair one, where they stick you up on a chair and they get real drunk and try not to drop you.
Yeah, that's the coming of age.
Yes.
Okay,
So
I
I'd
understand. It's
imagine,
cold out here.
yeah, yeah, it was like, fuck, 37 degrees down here last night. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
Anyway, so I imagine being Jew-like as opposed to Jewish. It it probably wasn't hard to figure out that it's all bullshit, basically, huh?
Yeah. I don't know where it went. I don't know how it happened. It just kind of came on suddenly. Around the time I started I'd met like atheists and knew actually what they were. It's around the time it started to change. I don't know what caused it, but it did.
Did you guys ever have like a baby barbecue? Because I hear atheists like to baby barbecue. Is
No,
that just a myth?
no, it can be true. Not always a myth.
Hey, there's a reason behind every urban legend, I guess.
Yeah.
I've never eaten a baby, but I hear they're delicious. And so your deconversion process was basically, hey, here's a bunch of people that don't follow shit. Was it more of a follow along thing, or just seeing and realizing that you don't need your religion to be a good person and all that good, wonderful shit?
That I don't know, but I can say the final straw was living with a Mormon for a year.
That'll do it to you. That'll definitely do it to you. What was that like being? At the time, I guess you still identified as Jewish, huh?
Yeah. And
What
then
was
I
that?
and then I just went. I became agnostic. Think like, hey, I was bar mitzvahed. I had bris. Um, I didn't want to fully go into atheism. That was more a recent thing.
So it was basically hold on to it because it's what's comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, what was it like as a self-identified Jewish person living with a Mormon?
Let's. I couldn't bring cigarettes into the house. I couldn't bring alcohol into the house for more reasons than one.
Yeah,
Um,
probably because he'd drink it all and then blame you.
and I had to kind of watch my mouth because he like it's one thing to like ignore it or get slightly agitated but leave. He was the one who would just go off on you for the slightest damn or something.
Ah,
So I have a very potty-like mouth.
dude, your fucking mouth is a sewer and your brain lives in the gutter.
Pretty much.
Don't lie to
Pretty
these people.
much.
I know you. You can't hide.
God, I wish I could say stuff like that at work.
What was what was the strangest thing that you ever witnessed living with a Mormon? What was the oddest experience?
He was my college roommate, and he went to class every day in a black tie, white shirt, and black pants. That's
I've
how he
had
went to class, and he rode
knock
his
on my
bike to
door.
class in that.
Yeah, I've had those people knock on my door. That's always very fun.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he wouldn't get a car. He rode his bicycle to and from class, and he rode in that shirt and tie.
Are you sure he wasn't Amish?
I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Whew, wow, fuck, it is cold out here. What was it that you said earlier? Scrotum shriveling cold?
Yes. Scrotum shrivelingly. It's not a word, but shrivelingly.
Hey, it's English. We got a lot of words that ain't words.
Speaking of English, I was doing like a refresh after we closed at the store, and I come across a book, the New English Dictionary. I pick it up. I'm like, this doesn't feel like a dictionary. It was a safe.
Nice. This is the most bulletproof dictionary ever.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking, and this is why nobody in America has a grasp on the English language, because we're making all the dictionaries into safes.
What do you do for work?
I work at Office Depot.
That's not
I
Staples.
I was waiting for that. I work the tech bench and I work copy center. I'm
Ah.
being trained in copy center, but right now I do computer servicing and sales.
Oh, okay.
They're
So
training me in.
if I break something, you'll sell me something I don't need.
That's what the company wants us to do.
Hey,
I never say that's what I do. I like there are times where a customer will be like, "Do we have this?" And if I know we don't, I'll refer them to a competitor hands down. That's how you build up repeat customers.
don't let your boss know.
Yeah, pretty much. Um, and I'm being trained in the copy center, so I'm learning how to do photocopies and print stuff. And the whole reason that started being trained in that is because made the mistake of telling the boss, "Hey, I saw you have Photoshop on the copy computers. Guess what I'm going to school for?"
Nice. You're working that Jew blood, huh?
Yeah.
I will sell you stuff and then find a way to make more money without having to change jobs.
Well,
I
there
gotta
there
love
are
the
times
club.
where I'll tell the customer straight up, like, look, I'm supposed to offer you this, but realistically, you don't need it. Here's what you can do instead.
Well, does that help you with your sales? When somebody sees a price tag on something that the company wants you to sell them and they're getting ready to walk off and you're like, well, really, this will do the job for you. I think we lost the Jew. Let me click on his picture real quick. Yeah. Well, I think we lost him. Technical difficulties, yay! You can fast forward through this part. I'll note it in the description. Drop. Well, anyway, because I don't like awkward silences, to fill you in case you didn't notice, I'm gonna eject him for right now. Yeah, he dropped. This is not the most formal of YouTube channels. So, and I'm also really bad at gmail.com. I mean, shit, I'm also really bad at multitasking. This is not the most formal of YouTube channels at all, period. And we have technical difficulties because shit happens. I'm trying to invite him right now. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. This will be a good video to pull down and learn some editing skills on. Cut all this ID10T error bullcrap out. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And he's not getting the invites. Hold on, I have him on Facebook right now. Hopefully he'll get these invites. There he is. We got him back. He lives. Okay. I don't know what happened. Your audio just dropped out and your video froze up.
Yeah, I lost the connection. I tried clicking that link you sent me a little bit ago, and it said everyone has left this call.
Ah, well, that's not good. That's not good at all. That means that others won't be able to get in. Let me pull up the new link.
Was anyone even watching us?
No. They will later. Most people are probably getting ready for bed or hanging out because they have those annoying little children things. So.
Well, yeah, tonight it's Sunday. Sunday
Yeah,
night.
exactly.
Did you set your clocks?
People work tomorrow. No, I don't have to.
Oh, you don't have any real clocks?
I got plenty of real clocks, but they're all connected to the internet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Themselves.
A real clock is not connected to the internet.
Okay, I get what you mean.
You have a clock like that. You have one of those clocks of mine.
I have it. I don't think it's been plugged in months.
Yeah, I gotta change the battery.
So this will be a good video for me to pull down and work on some video editing skills and get all that quiet and awkward talking to myself out of here.
Okay.
Anyway, we got off track. So the relaxed family, the relaxed religious aspect of the family, the way that your family was very relaxed in their religion. Holy shit, I don't know why that was so hard to say. With that and the fairly early on having a chance to talk with free thinkers and atheists, was that a help, or did that make it easier to tell at least your grandparents? Because I know your dad probably didn't give a flying fuck.
Well, no, I didn't. I actually really didn't tell them until like maybe earlier this year. I said I was agnostic. I didn't actually just come to say I flat out don't believe in God until like earlier this year. So I kind of like kept it hush hush around them. My great grandparents never knew.
Did they disown you of anything?
No. No, not at all. I found out my grandmother doesn't believe in God either.
Yeah, well, in my talks with other people, I've realized that the older you get, the less likely you are to believe in bullshit.
Huh.
Unless,
Okay.
unless you're a certain once there's a certain age frame, and in the South it's a lot worse. But the older people that I've talked to from the northern United States and North Cuban area, they tend to say that they're religious, but they really aren't.
Yeah.
They just kind of keep it up because they want their kids and their grandkids to have a good foundation.
Yeah. Yes, that is very true. Well, when I get back into my sound booth, I have a story like that, but it's a story from the South.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of stories from the South. I'm luckily I'm lucky enough to be far enough south that I'm not in the South.
That's ironic.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, we're reaching the end of what we were doing here, because there's no big story behind your deconversion. I have another friend lined up that was actually a Hasidic Jew.
Wow.
So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, wow. It's going to be interesting to see the difference. So it's going to be interesting to see the difference between his experience and your experience as, I guess you said cafeteria Catholic before, so
Yeah.
basically a cafeteria or all-you-can-eat buffet Jew.
Yeah. I am totally not in the closet.
I would hope not. We got 30 states where you don't got to be anymore.
Yeah, well, this is like the most soundproof room I can get into, so because my
Oh wait, you're
birth
literally
rates-
in the closet, aren't you?
Yes.
Nice. Does it smell like mothballs?
No. It's about to smell like a hard lemonade.
Mmm. Everybody likes my hard lemonade. Hold on one second, Jesse's saying something. What, love? I love you too. You want to come say hi to JR? What? No, he's on the computer. This is like the most informal. This is the most informal Google Hangout that will ever be on YouTube.
Really? Hello.
Yeah. Most people have like some sort of a structure. They try and keep it all formally. Hold on, I'm gonna turn on my camera so that Jesse can say hi to you. Doop, doop, doop. There you go.
Hi, Jer.
Hi.
How are you?
Uncomfortable.
Good.
I had this screen down so I can actually see you, but you literally are in the closet. It looks like your fat ass barely fits.
Oh, it's a pretty decent sized closet.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, it's kind of one you probably wouldn't want to come out of. I am totally going to hell.
Oh, no, you're not. Do Jews even believe in hell? Last I
Nope.
checked, they didn't
I don't
believe
think
in
so.
hell.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my camera back off because I mean,
I can't turn mine off.
if people keep looking at my ugly mug, they might go blind. And for
Yay.
some reason, my clicky button to turn it off isn't working either. That's weird.
You're cute.
Gee, thanks. You can't hear. I have my headphones in, so Jesse couldn't hear you.
Damn it. God, you an ugly son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh man, I'm in this group. Actually, I should invite you to this. It's called Atheists on Air, and
Okay.
I think, did I ever show you the Pastor Roy segments?
No?
No? I'll have to show you the Pastor Roy segments. Those are fucking gold. But it's based around a podcast by the same name, Atheists on Air. And apparently one of them just like screen captured some shit that Joshua Furstein, or Furstein, because apparently he can't pronounce his own fucking name, just put up. And yeah, this guy he makes me want to punch a wall with my face repeatedly.
With a cactus.
No, that the cactus goes in the ass.
Maybe you get a dual stimulating cactus.
What was it? The 20 horsepower gold plated butt plug for Banana Man. Well, we're basically done here. You're the least entertaining interview I've ever done. I just got to give you shit, dude. So since we've gone over all the religious stuff, which is the core of the Talking Wallflower podcast.
Deconverted Man has joined this call.
He has?
And I think he's gone. He's back.
Oh. No, he's not. I don't see him.
I see him.
Oh, yeah. There he is. Hello, Deconverted Man. Let me pull this up on the chat here.
So does this mean we have to start over?
No, he died. Decon died. He pulled in. I was literally just getting ready to do some plugs and close the feed. Because, yeah, nobody does stuff. Everyone's asleep right now. His mic is apparently giving him trouble.
Okay.
So, I'm going to go ahead and give him a chance to get his mic going. And I'm still trying to get this stupid camera button to work. Oh, sweet,
well, you're not
worked.
there.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm back.
You're back. It was the sinister. It was the sinister flower face.
Yes.
You're still there.
Yeah, I know. For some reason, I click it and it doesn't click.
Stop.
Okay,
stop
there
clicking,
we go.
Stop clicking. Stop clicking.
Just testing. Say words. See if it works. Blah, blah,
Yes,
Words
it
if it works.
Lobsters exist. Oh, I'm on. Okay.
Oh, JR.
Hello.
Yes.
Let me introduce you to man.
Hi.
I don't know if you saw the other video that I put up before. I think you said you would watch it, but you didn't have time or whatever.
I seriously don't have time anymore. That's a legitimate excuse now that I have a real job.
You never, or it's not on your channel, Wallflower, the where your podcast thingy is. You keep, because this isn't a podcast, this is YouTube thingy.
Oh,
So,
the podcast is on SoundCloud, and I haven't put that into the information on my channel.
right, so yeah, that would be a thing to do on your, about page or whatever, and
Yeah.
in the meantime, maybe you could just put it in the magic box so I can go to the website and do that.
Yeah. Yeah, let me find it. I ran out of time on my SoundCloud, so I'm trying to buy more time because apparently shit isn't free.
Right. And then you'd said that some people or somebody... Oh, battery.
Yeah, that was actually the podcast I was just, or the group that I was just talking to JR about, the Atheists on Air.
There it goes. What was I saying? Bleep me.
Do you censor yourself?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not the only person who does that, JR.
Oh, cool.
Converted is almost as weird as you.
You know, I'll swear in real life, but you know, I don't know. It's just a thing. I used to do it when I was a kid, like all the time. I would not. There was this whole number of years that I went where I would not swear. I would say bleep or perfect some other thing.
Well, I don't curse around my parents, or I don't know why. I just don't.
Well,
I don't censor myself, period.
That's polite.
I censor myself at work because I have to.
Yeah, that's of course a different.
But the thing is, I'm pretty good at censoring myself.
Bleeping boss, bleep you, bleep. Ah.
No, I just somehow manage to, at the very last possible second, either avoid the word or switch it in like an adjective or a synonym. I don't know how I do it.
The worst mother.
No, I avoid.
Fudge makers. There's a horrible fudge makers around here.
Like there are times where I'll have to, where it'll be like I'll want to use the word clusterfuck, but then the last second I'll just say cluster jumble.
You know, one of the things that irritates me is any swear word ever irritated you. The one that irritates me is when people say effing a, but they'll say the f part, but they won't. They'll just say a.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, well, if you're gonna swear, do the whole thing.
I think that's more of a term.
Right, but it annoys me. I don't care what it is. It's irritating.
I just say it because it's ironic.
Yeah. No.
Say,
If I'm at work and I need to swear, I just I run my chainsaw a little bit louder. It works.
Okay,
yeah, it does.
Now I
Oh,
know.
are you looking for the card?
Yeah.
Here.
Did I bookmark it or am I an idiot?
Anyway,
Oh, the other thing I wanted to ask Wallflower was you said people had said things. So I looked at your Facebook, and I had to make a Facebook just to do it. I'm like, where are the people that said this stuff? And you're like, they're not here. And I'm like, where are they? I want to know what they said.
yeah, if you would keep your Facebook activated for longer than it takes to make a comment.
I saw the other comment. You said they're not on Facebook. They're somewhere else. I'm like, well, where?
No, they're on the group. I know you don't deal with Facebook much. Facebook has these things called groups, and you have secret groups, open groups, and closed groups.
I see. Secret society I have to join.
Yeah, basically. There's a podcast called Atheists on Air, and there's a secret group attached to it.
Okay, so
what's the difference between a closed group and a secret group?
Secret group, the posts that you make on there do not show up on your wall.
There's JR Shan that's in here. Hi, JR Shan. Am I saying that right?
Close enough.
Whatever.
I've gotten worse. I've gotten worse. People.
Have you ever been asked who really shot you?
Yes. I actually make that reference too. It's like.
Great.
I mean, some people. I don't know how hard it can possibly be to remember 2 letters of someone's name. I'm horrible with names. But if somebody has like a 2-letter name, just initials, I'll remember it. So like, there are some people I won't remember that. I'm just like, just remember who shot me. If they're old enough, they'll understand.
Now I forget.
I don't remember who shot JR. I really don't.
Who was it that shot JR? Do you remember offhand?
No.
I don't fucking know.
Was it Sue Ellen? Yes, it was. Sue Ellen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking the only time I shot JR was with a paintball gun. I don't think that counts.
Yeah.
That was Dallas. It was very, very... Everyone watched it. I mean, just freaking everyone watched it. It didn't matter. It was the best soap opera, I think.
I was talking about that with my grandmother earlier. She's like, I feel like I wasted my time. That show was
Well,
so
you know,
stupid. I don't know
I
why they
felt
brought it back.
No, I felt like I wasted my time in a way with Lost. I loved it, but the ending almost ruined it. Everything else.
Then they
I
brought
was
it
I
back.
was unable to follow Lost. You
Well,
could
you're not
say I
supposed
was
to.
lost watching it.
That's the thing is that the criticism that I heard was apparently because the producers were telling people that we've got a solution. It's all the questions are gonna be answered. That's not true. None of that was true. J.J. Abrams made it very clear in a TED talk that he's all about mystery and unsolved and unsolvable mysteries are what he loves. So they should have never said that if they did say that. And that was like all the criticism was like, here's all these unanswered questions. I'm like, that's the way it's supposed to be. You don't get answers. That's the point. I didn't mind that. The ending was different than what I would have had, so that's why I didn't like it.
Hmm.
Anyway, so what do I do to join this secret Facebook thingy? Do you have to invite me or
Yeah, I'll invite you.
fine?
Let me find your.
So can people see what what I post in the Stern group, and what we post in potentially insensitive?
The potentially insensitive social club.
Yeah.
I believe is a secret group.
Wait,
They changed it from closed to secret. Closed means that you cannot ask to join. You must be invited.
I asked to join the Stern group, the original Stern group.
Okay. Then that's probably an open group, and yeah, you can see because I saw some posts that you made on there before.
Before I added you.
Yeah. Let me get over to the wallflower.
I'm trying to get in contact with Erin because she left Facebook for a little bit.
I got booted out of the Stern group for telling a guy that his profile pic looked almost exactly like Josh Feurenstein. Yeah. I was like, the Facebook post.
Message Erin Varvaro and let her know.
Yeah,
Tell her who it was.
her account
What?
was closed. Her account was closed.
Yeah, she opened it back up again.
Let me get through the notifications here. We need to.
alright. So, sorry. This thing was talking to a Jewish friend. Are you practicing, or are you just by birth, or what's the deal? Or
By birth, mostly.
all right,
I was raised. I had a bris. I had a bar mitzvah. We celebrated Hanukkah, Passover, occasionally the New Year, but that's like the most we ever really did as far as Jewish was concerned. And really, the only time we did like Passover was coming to my grandparents or my aunts or something like that. That was a very rare thing.
Okay, Decon,
yeah.
you need to reactivate or turn back on your Facebook page.
It is. Oh, you probably have added Deconverted Man. I'm not Deconverted Man.
Oh no, I'm looking at the page.
The one I
Name.
commented on, Dan Green.
Yeah.
That's totally not my name, by the way. Just so you know.
Well, it's not letting me add friends. So.
Yeah, it's right. If I give you the profile, does that help?
If you message it to Talking Wallflower, because I'm looking at the profile right now.
Wait. Oh, I've gotta say that this is awesome. I like this. This is awesome. This is awesome. There.
What's awesome?
Oh, the pumpkin that has pancake lobster on it. So, what now? What was I? Where are you, Wallflower?
Yeah, I'm still looking at the page. I can't find a way to add you as a friend.
The bleep am I doing? I don't know. People, I mean, I don't know what the.
I can't friend. I can't message.
I think I'm too loud again.
You can't message?
I
Oh
like.
wait, you know what? I'm on the Talk Wallflower. That's why I can't message. Okay, hold on. I think I figured this out. I was using Facebook as my page. So
I just sent you lots of question marks, so that will help. So yeah, because I forget who said this, but I'd heard that there was a practicing rabbi who's an atheist, uh, and that he said that that's kind of the cool thing is that you can be Jewish and not believe in God because it's more about their tradition and ritual than anything
That's
else.
actually a really
Or
good point. That is a really, really good point.
and or you could make it about that if you wanted to, because a lot of the early and this is I'm not too deep into it, but a lot of the early sort of things and the way that I've been looking at it is that it is really more about, especially you talk about Sheol and things like this, where their beliefs aren't about heaven and hell. They're not about. You don't even need to believe in God necessarily. It's just it's kind of a thing to do. But if you're not born into it, then you're not expected to adhere to it. And in fact, they don't proselytize for that very reason, because if you join, they're supposed to try to say no 3 times before they let you in, because now they have to help you to not break any of these rules. So it's like more
Well,
work for everyone else.
well, being descended from immigrant Jews, a lot of my family has been like lost through history, mainly the Holocaust,
Oh.
and
I'm there.
and my grandmother and my grandfather are both like trying to track people down that we may be related to.
Did you use something like the what is that family tree website or whatever?
Oh, all those websites charge. My grandparents are not the kind of people who will pay for things online.
They're Jewish.
Yeah, but my grandmother tracked someone down. It was either her or my uncle, who we recently found out was my uncle. But they tracked down a long lost relative. He happened to be a Messianic rabbi.
Oh, cool.
Is this the gay uncle? Was the gay
What?
uncle the friend?
Yeah, the gay uncle.
So
I mean, I've always thought of him as my uncle, but
is he
for a long time he was considered a cousin because there was no like real. We didn't have like the technology today then, like we do now for DNA testing. And as it turns out, my grandmother's father had an affair, and produced a gay uncle.
cool? So he's a gay Jew.
Yeah.
So he can produce his own musical.
Oh, I gotta love Mel Brooks, Stefan.
Out of that one. I'm quite pleased with myself now.
Yeah. Well, his career he was New York's like a city of New York school psychologist.
That's the story just keeps getting better.
And then his partner, also named Stephen, spelled differently.
Stefan.
Yeah. Yes, it's spelled Stefan, yeah. He has a 4-year degree in art, and he was a freehand artist in New York, but when he came down here, he had to learn Photoshop, so now he's a graphic artist.
So
I'm waiting on
there's so many things I could have said, but I won't.
There we go. You're in. Awesome.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Well, you said that he was a hand artist. I was like, well, that's how you knew he was gay. But
No, like he draws. He can draw like there's no damn tomorrow. Holy
Right.
shit.
But I just, you know.
Yeah.
No, I love, no, the thing is, who was it? Dan Clooney or somebody? George Clooney?
George Clooney?
Thinking we're gay or something? Yeah, but at any rate, I want to say his name, but I could be wrong. But at any rate, he had said that I saw a picture with a quote he had said. People speculate if he's gay or not. He says, my private life is private. I don't care what you think I am.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to clarify it for you because it doesn't matter. And I was like, that's where I need to get mentally because I find myself still doing that.
What does he think about the Apple CEO?
What?
The gay
Oh, is that your
No,
brother?
I'm talking about the Dan Clooney made this quote.
What is gay?
Oh, I no, but that was somebody else. That's not him. I'm talking. Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking.
I do think it's very ironic that I saw a lot of posts on different groups and on my wall on Facebook of people that are like, I can't believe that the CEO of Apple is a faggot sent from iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, we need to. It's kind of a cultural built-in bias as well as being something that we're already as advanced primates that we're going to see differences and be afraid normally because that helps us survive. So then I think there is something about the culture that we grow up in where you either are going to be around mixed variety of people or you're not, and so if you're not, then those people become wrong or bad to you. Like for example, they had mixed disabled people in the same classroom, and then there's other schools that don't do that. And I think that we need to do it as much as possible because then this is normal. It's not normal as far as usual, but it is a thing that happens. So if we expose ourselves to this as much as we can early on and as we grow, then we don't see differences as much, you know?
Well, it's kind of hard to have like someone who's mentally disabled in a classroom full of people who aren't.
Right, but I'm saying like somebody that's just in a wheelchair or whatever
I've never seen those segregations.
I have.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
maybe not where you were, but I experienced that and I've seen that. So I mean there's but the thing is with the homosexual thing is that it's not talked about, but then again sex isn't talked about. So, I don't know.
Yeah, well, there are things that I'm open with that I'll talk about with no problem. I just have to watch that kind of stuff at work because that kind of stuff will get me into trouble.
Right. You can't.
That's annoying. Because like I was talking to someone the other day and she said this country would be so much better and if Romney were elected instead of that nigger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
I had to bite my tongue.
Are there still people like that?
Yeah. Oh, in Tennessee, I used to run into people who said that if we won the war, I would own that nigger.
Wow, that's horrible.
Those people have gotten me very close to serving a sentence on more than one occasion. Because down here you don't get it that much. I mean, we're all familiar with the area south of the South. But every once in a while, you still come across them.
Well, one of the first stories I heard when I first moved up to Tennessee was when MLK was doing his civil rights march. He was in Huntsville. There was a newly built road that went from Huntsville to Chattanooga, and he was set to march up that road. And there were people camped out on the mountaintops waiting to pick him off as he walked past.
Wow. It's pretty messed
That
up.
I kind of lost faith, but in the South at all. But something happened, and he ended up not making that walk, and that probably saved his life. Well, up until that point, because But I think this was like early '60s that he was going to do this.
The sad thing is that there's always going to be people that are scared of anyone who's different from them. And there's honestly nothing that we can do about it. It doesn't matter how much. Why am I getting feedback? Anyway, it doesn't matter how much education you try to push or how much you try to let people know that someone being gay or someone being a different color is not a threat. Because there's always going to be bigotry within families, and the family will always override whatever a school tries to teach you to a certain degree.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, I agree there will be bigotry, but I disagree that that means we therefore shouldn't educate as much as possible on it, because this was a thing that I watched, this whole documentary where they asked very young kids to identify what color was good, what color was bad on a color chart or just with dolls, and majority would be that the white was good, the black was not. And except for there was a few that didn't, and of course one that said doesn't matter what the color is. And her dad had made sure to tell her it doesn't matter what color you are, that everyone is beautiful. So yes, family does play a big part, but I think education also can be a very good tool. That morals and ethics should be taught in school, I think. But that's just me. I mean, other people are going to be like, "Oh no, you can't teach morals."
They taught us equality in elementary, middle, and high school.
You had a better school than I did.
Well, but the thing is, what we think of as equality in school, you get out and you see these same people that you went to school with pulling the race card and this, that, and the other thing.
Right.
And that it makes you wonder, was all this bullshit? And you see the stereotypical things like the single big black woman with like 20 kids on welfare,
Right.
and she refuses to get a job. It's all stereotypical, but this is what we're calling equality. This is what we're taught to think of as equality.
Well, you notice it because society, your social background has taught you to notice it. And now with the ability with Facebook and all that, social... Yeah, what's the freaking word I'm looking for?
Social
tropes are much more out there. They're seen more. They're the things that people put up more often. Facebook did a study a while ago that showed that people are more likely to share a negative post than they are a positive post, or to post more of what their negative views are, or their religious views, which, I mean, that can be taken as negative depending on who you are.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that after the civil rights and segregation had finally been beaten, there was this great move to make sure that everyone was together, and then something happened, I'm not sure what, but something happened to where that idea didn't happen, and for whatever reason, not all, but many of the blacks moved into their own neighborhood and basically segregated themselves.
Yeah, self-imposed segregation.
And it's like, well, that's not what you were fighting for this whole time. What happened? And only they would know. Only they would be qualified to talk on that subject. I I'm an outsider. I don't understand what happened there. Historically, maybe I could if I did more research, but I'm never going to be in that position. I look at it and I say we're humans. It doesn't matter. But that's not the way that they would look at it necessarily, because it matters to some
That
people.
doesn't matter to me either. But what does matter is that no matter what happens, if a white person does it to a black person, it's a hate crime, no matter what the reasoning. And I don't like the pulling of the race card thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the same thing where if and what it is it's political correctness gone overboard. It's the
right.
same reason why if I get in a fight with a gay guy, it doesn't matter what I got in the fight with him over. Somebody is going to try and label it as a hate crime because of his sexual orientation, even if
They
I, even if that has nothing to do with the actual situation at hand.
Yeah,
they're,
but
they're,
but
they're
gay people wouldn't. Gay people generally wouldn't do that kind of thing. The only people that would that well
No, he's
well
the other party would be more likely to go, no, that isn't what this was about,
yeah,
and I don't want to pursue that avenue.
but
right.
the black people, they will they'll continue pushing and pushing, pulling the race
Yeah.
card, pulling the hate
Well,
card.
I grew up in foster care, as Jr. knows,
Well, I
and
think
so I grew up in those areas, and unfortunately, that's something that is pushed by the parents, and it is heavily pushed by it, and most people that grew up in the same areas won't deny it. They'll say, "Yeah, my parents told me that this will give me an advantage, so I'm gonna fucking use it because it's an advantage. If you had an equal advantage, you would use it too. It's
yeah,
just
that's probably a good point. That if you feel, whether or not you actually have a bad situation, if you feel like you have a bad situation or been wronged by the world, and you feel like you're disadvantaged, even if you're not, you're going to use whatever advantages you can take because of those feelings, regardless of the reality of the situation. So again, that it's very important whenever possible to uh, reach out and not make this a non-issue. I don't know how to do that. I
well,
don't know the solution, but
maybe in another 20 years,
yeah,
because of the social awareness that we're just now starting to have more prevalent. Maybe in another 20 years, we'll be a bit closer to that.
hopefully.
But just like just like you see the stereotypes because you're told about them so much and they're played on so much by the media and by entertainment and by people. Because
And
you see
YouTube's
those
kind of destroying
stereotypes,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
'cause, I mean, you have people coming on, oh, I'm a nerd, and it's like we're destroying this idea of what a nerd
yeah,
is.
yeah. Embracing the
It
whole
was a
movement
bad
to
name
embrace
to be wearing
nerdiness is
nowadays.
actually, in my view, a very positive thing. It
Right.
annoys me because I'm seeing jocks walk around in big rimmed glasses going, ah, I'm such a nerd, but no, dude, you're not.
But I was
Or you
reminded.
see someone wearing a D20 shirt and you ask them about their standard stats and they have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
I was reminded of a video that they did this experiment. They had the same two actors in a park, and they had them arguing, and one got physical towards the other. So when the man, am I still here?
Yeah,
Okay. When the man was getting physical with the woman, everybody would come in and stop it and either call the police or actually physically get involved and pull him away or yell at him to go away or whatever. Okay, but when they reversed it, they waited, of course, just for people to clear out and all that. But when they reversed it, and the woman was doing that to the guy, nobody stopped, and many of the women were like proud of her and thinking that she was empowered and that this is good, he probably deserved it. And some of the men were like, oh, this is good, and stuff too. And even this rights activist for men said, oh no, I didn't even stop because he was a police officer, and he didn't even stop because he didn't see it as serious. So that it's a minority of men that are in these abusive relationships. but it does occur. What happened? He died.
He might have.
Oh.
He's been dropping in and out.
But it was interesting to see that the social structure again of our society is so geared towards who the victim really is that we don't see it when it's the other way around. You know, that doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter if it's the man being picked on. It should just matter that somebody's being picked on.
Yeah.
You know, if you see two guys in a fight, it doesn't matter who started it. You need to stop it. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. What I was getting earlier, we all easily get sidetracked, by the way. So
Yes.
I'm sorry to anyone watching this in the future. We have entered the ABD zone. What I was getting at earlier is just like you see the stereotypes because they're shown to you so much. If you're told that you are going to be discriminated against, you're going to see every single thing as an act of discrimination. If you're told that you have an advantage, then you're going to try to use that advantage, and when it doesn't work out, you're going to have that confirmation bias, or you're going to forget that.
Right, exactly.
That's not going to come into play later on,
That,
and you're going to keep trying to do the same thing over and over.
that might be where education can come in if they are in school, but you know, the parent might be in the end the stronger voice or the more prominent voice in that kid's life. I really don't know, but if we don't try, nothing will change. That's I do know that for sure. So we've got to try things and see what sticks and see what works. And I mean, obviously these are solutions that we can't enact on our own, but I think that you know it's important to remind ourselves and others, because other people will listen to this at some theoretical point in time, that you know we're in this together. We've got to do whatever we can, or at least promote change and positive change. You know, and change is slow. I think that's when I was briefly involved in a political sort of movement. I was so frustrated that we didn't do anything because I was like, well, but change is slow. See, I didn't. Yeah. So it's like you can get burned out real easily. So you have to realize, you know, and I think the best picture I'd seen related to this was a picture of segregation, and then right above it a picture of anti-homosexual gay the anti-marriage law.
Yeah, how stupid you're going to look in 20 years.
Or 50 years, yeah.
Yeah.
So it took 50 years. So,
people will eventually watch this. I mean, I have, 2 YouTube subscribers at this moment? And there's 47 views on the talk with you, an average of 3/4 of the way through, so...
Yeah, it's gonna get there. I mean, but regardless, I mean, you know, the followers we get on YouTube or podcast or whatever, hey, it's back.
Yep.
Hello.
We said all sorts of horrible things about you.
Yeah, we were talking all sorts of crap.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's Mike involved.
I don't even know you, and I was just making up stuff.
I wouldn't doubt it. Like I said, Mike's involved.
Yeah, Wallflower, he was just like, yeah, just make up stuff about him. Like, but I'm a nice guy. I don't, you know, just oh man, make fun of JR.
Yay.
Making jokes the whole time, all like 3 minutes that you were gone.
I can't repeat the one where I explained what your initials meant on air.
Okay.
Let's just say it's illegal in 5 states. So leave it at that.
No, the Supreme Court refused to hear that. It's now only illegal in 2.
Oh, okay. No,
Well, no, what I wanted to say before I was booted was, if anybody has a right to be, like, pissed off because of historical issues, it's the Native Indians. We slaughtered them in the tens of thousands, shipped them off to who knows where, infected them with disease.
Hey, they gave us a couple too, you know. That was fair trade. We gave them gonorrhea, they gave us syphilis. Or was it the other way around? I forget.
Well, we germ
We killed their
warrior.
populations through infections.
No,
But-
smallpox killed their population.
Smallpox. We
Yeah, we-
deliberately gave them blankets with smallpox on it. That was one.
Yeah.
That was just
Yeah.
one incident. There was many others like that.
Oh yeah.
We kicked their butt, took their lands, crushed their culture, give them very little water on their lands, even though we promised that we would have water on their lands, and say, you can build casinos.
Yeah.
There
Well
you
now, well now we give them land, we give them their independence, and they build casinos and make so much money off the white man.
Well, they should. As they should.
The thing is,
The casinos were already
live with
here.
us.
Christopher Columbus showed up. He discovered a land of natives, of casino-dwelling natives.
Right.
Well,
The casino isn't the solution. The solution is that we help them with providing bare necessities, water, and resources if they want to hunt that they could. That's these lands that they've got. Some of the lands are good, but a lot of
well,
the
the
lands
thing
are
is,
desert.
we've allowed the blacks to live with us. They decided to move into their own little communities. We let them work with us. We let them, but they still hold something that happened 150 years ago, like right in front of our faces. Look, y'all white people need to be guilty about this.
Yeah, and I think to a certain extent we do. And I think that maybe the Native Americans need to make that sort of same stance and say, hey, don't forget us.
Well,
Be all
the thing
under
is,
our
I'm a
rule.
Jew. I'm a Jew by descent, and
Oh.
I know for a fact that I've lost family in the Holocaust.
Right.
But the European Union is holding the guilt of the Holocaust over Germany to pay off the Euro debt. And I personally think that's wrong, even though yeah, my family was affected by it. I think it's wrong to hold that guilt over Germany's head.
The Germans, I had a German friend who would tell me that in school they were constantly reminded that this was a thing that they had done and to feel bad about it and never do it again and this sort of thing. In a way, I mean, there's a line, obviously. I think that there is a good point that we made this mistake in the past, let's not do it again. That's a good idea. But there's a line where you don't have to, maybe feeling guilty is a good thing, though, on the other side of it. I was going to say maybe we shouldn't feel guilty, but I don't know. Maybe
Well,
feeling guilty will make us not do it.
I think JR's point is it's very close to an original sin concept.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I'm holding this over you because you made this mistake, so you have to keep paying for it forever and ever and ever.
Do this. Yeah, you didn't do this, but your great 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 grandfather did.
Yeah, so it's your fault.
Right. Well, maybe there should be you have to pay X amount off because that's how much money was eaten by these tragedy. So once that's paid off, then you're off the hook. Maybe something like that.
The thing is, the euro is crumbling as a currency. The economy in the European Union is almost as bad as the economy here. And there are four countries. There are four countries that are doing worse than the rest: Portugal, Italy, Germany, and Sweden.
Greece.
No,
Greece.
yeah, Greece. Sorry, Greece. And the Union as a whole wants Germany to pay off that debt. They want Germany to pay off that whole debt.
Again, that's basically falling into an original sin concept, and that's not good either. Though you do need to keep in mind because you need to learn from history, and I don't quite agree with some of the stuff that goes on based on past guilt or guilt for your forefathers, but you do need to kind of keep stuff in mind. Keep it in the history books. There's history
I
books.
personally I
gotta go. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
I've seen history books that do not include the civil rights movement. It's just not fucking there.
Texas has history books that don't include Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
But no, I can safely say that my family has been affected by the Holocaust, but I still I don't find it necessary to hold that guilt over Germany's head.
I just realized hold on, let me do an outro real quick. Okay, I am sorry for munching up so much of your time. I meant to stop the broadcast a while ago, but I guess I missed the button. If you watch this soon, I will be pulling the video down to edit out a lot of stuff. Until then, I will be putting time markers down in the magic box below so that you can skip over the quiet parts. This has been the Talking Wallflower and JR, and for a short while, Deconverted Man. Goodbye, good night, and stay logical.